Hello and welcome back to Beyond Baby Blues, where we take evidence-based practice and raw maternal experience and we push them together to make a beautiful cake and give it to those beautiful new moms out there that just need a little bit of advice and for them to know that they are not alone. If you guys don't know, my name is Destiny Love, but you guys can call me Nurse Love. I am a nurse, newly graduated. I haven't been working in a hospital, so I will follow my passion while I await for a job that feeds into my passion of helping mothers. This week's episode is all based off of sleep, the most important part of motherhood, I feel, because that's where all of our sanity comes from, is the quality of sleep that we have. And not only am I gonna break down why you're not getting enough sleep, but I'm here to reassure you that you are gonna get sleep eventually. You just have to be patient and you might need to implement certain things so that your baby will sleep better. Here we go. Has anyone ever told you, oh, just sleep when the baby sleeps? I cannot stand that phrase. It's like every older mother's catchphrase: sleep when the baby sleeps. This is like the biggest myth in motherhood because it is almost impossible to sleep when the baby sleeps. And the baby doesn't always sleep for a long time when they do sleep. They can sleep for like 20 minutes and then where does that leave us? I cannot stand it because as a new mom, your mind is most likely racing as soon as the baby falls asleep and you're watching them to make sure that they're actually breathing. And then as soon as you doze off, boom, the baby's back up and it feels like you wasted your time. So then next time you start to think, well, maybe I shouldn't sleep when the baby sleeps. Maybe I should get things done around the house. And then that's how mom guilt is formed because we are prioritizing everyone else and we're not prioritizing ourselves. We have to make these choices, and I just need for moms, I'm not even gonna say new moms, I'm gonna say moms in general. Moms need to start prioritizing themselves, because when we do not prioritize ourselves, that's how all the overstimulation and the I hate being a mom and the I miss my old self. No, you just need to find out who you actually are, and in order to do that, you have to start prioritizing yourself. And I'm not talking about taking a shower. No, a shower is not a break. Okay, so if you are a partner out there and you are watching this video, a shower is not a break. It is not a luxury for a mother. It is a necessity so that she can feel like herself. Have you ever had a super long, tiring day at work and you just want to take that shower so you could lay in bed and just feel clean and you just feel like a brand new person, you know? That's what mom needs. Mom needs you to hold the baby without hearing the baby cry, okay? Because I'm going to tell you exactly how a shower goes for a mom, for a new mom. Okay, she gets in the shower feels lovely. All of a sudden, she starts to hear the baby cry. Okay, she runs out of the bathroom. The baby's not even freaking crying. The baby's sleeping. Okay, that's your mind. That's your mind. And it happens to a lot of us. I'm not going to say all. I'm going to say a lot of, because I don't know every mother out there. I'm going to say a lot though, because I've heard other moms say this too. Education time. Why is sleep so different after you give birth? Because while sleep is better because you don't have this fat lard inside of you and you can't roll over and sleep on your stomach and all the things, sleep is still hard after you have a baby because one, you just went through this traumatic event, okay? And if you had your baby in a hospital, those nurses are coming in your room at least every hour, every 2 hours, checking on you, rubbing on your fundus, asking you if you're in pain, asking you if you peed, asking you if you farted, all the things, okay? And we don't really get that sleep in the hospital. And then we're recovering at the same time. We're going through hormonal changes. We just want to stare at the baby, because that happens to me with my first one. I literally did not want to sleep because I just wanted to stare at him. I was in awe of the perfection, of the beauty of him, and I did not want to sleep. Regretted that. I mean, not that I regretted it in the sense of watching him. I regretted it in the sense of I should have took that opportunity to sleep. Anyway. And then we also have the mental load of home. Is your partner supporting you to the point that you are not worried about what is going on at home? Okay. And for the partners out there that are watching this, I'm going to be straight up. This is what mom wants. This is how you will help her. Okay. It's not only holding the baby, it has to do with home too. Okay. She doesn't want to think about anything. She doesn't want to think about what she wants to eat. Just bring her something to eat. Make sure that she is hydrated at all times. Get her a water bottle. It doesn't necessarily have to be this one. No, this is not a paid ad. No, it's not. But get her a water bottle. Make sure that it's full at all times. Make sure that she gets at least a shower a day. Make sure that she's clean. Make sure that she feels refreshed. Make sure that she's getting sunlight. Sunlight is actually very important. That actually feeds into depression more than you think, because this woman feels like she needs to be cooped up in the house with the baby. She's not even going outside to get a little bit of fresh air and a little bit of sunlight. And sometimes we just have to think for the people that we love. And then my favorite part, breastfeeding. Y'all know, well, if you don't know, I am probably the biggest advocate against breastfeeding, and it's not in terms of nutrition and all the beautiful things and the bonding and how much weight you lose if you breastfeed, and those are all amazing things, but this video is about sleep. And if you want sleep, I'm gonna be straight up with you, baby. Breastfeeding probably ain't for you, because it wasn't for me. I breastfed my son for 3.5 months before I was like, F this, okay? I miss my sleep, 1, and 2, I want a tattoo. Yes, I was being selfish, but I'm so glad that I did it, because when I changed him to formula, the sleep that I got almost felt like a betrayal on myself, because I'm like, yo, you willingly deprived yourself for so long, okay? Because you wanted to be one of the cool kids and wanted to breastfeed, because for some reason they like beat that into us that breast is best. But no, fed is best. Okay, do your research before the baby comes. Do all your research about milk and the bottles and the nipples and the pacifiers. Do everything before baby comes so that you don't feel as guilty for giving them formula. It doesn't even matter anyway, because as soon as they turn 1 and they can have fast food and a french fry falls on the floor, guess what? They're gonna eat it. So it doesn't matter. I just want you guys to know that. Now, for my single mothers, the women that have my whole entire heart, because I was a single mom with 2 babies, not 1, but 2. Anyway, so for my single moms, if you are alone, I want you to dream feed. Dream feeding, which I'm probably explaining it wrong, but I'm going to tell you what I did, right? Dream feeding is, let's say that your baby eats every 3 to 4 hours. So at 9 o'clock, right? The baby has their regular bottle. You do all the things, you put them to bed. Boom. You're going to wake them up again, but not fully wake them up. You're just going to take them out of the crib. It's dark in the room, right? We're not talking to the baby. We're not doing all the cute little cooing noises and all the things. No, it's dark in the room. Okay, you're going to go in there with a prepared bottle. You're going to take the baby out of the crib or leave the baby in the crib. If you are a pro, you want to learn to keep the baby in the crib. Anyway, you're going to change their diaper while you feed them at the same time. And this is like around 11 o'clock. So they're not awake. They do not naturally wake up. This is you doing it so that once you feed that baby at 11 o'clock, you know that that baby's good until 4 hours, until 3 o'clock. Okay. But You have to go to sleep as soon as you're done with all of this. This isn't a thing that you can do it and then go outside and be talking on the phone. No, you're protecting your sleep. And when I tell y'all this worked for me so well, I did it until my son, I think, was like 6 months, because it really protected that stretch of sleep, and it taught him like, oh, I don't have to wake up at like midnight or whatever the time would have been. Whatever, it's an extra hour. You gonna want that. So nurse love, what can I do to help myself sleep better? I am going to tell you. One, if you have a partner, okay, if you have a partner, use them. Use the F out of them, because it takes two to tango. Okay, they were there to make the baby. They could be there to help you when the baby comes, i.e., taking shifts, specifically in the middle of the night. Okay, I always see people do this thing where they rotate, like, this night is your night, this night is my night. I feel like it would just be more beneficial to assign each person a specific wake up. So hypothetically, and this, what I'm about to explain, usually works if you have a routine, and we're going to get into routines after, right? Okay, so hypothetically, you know that your baby always wakes up at 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. to feed, okay? One person is in charge of that feed, right? And the baby should sleep. I'm talking about like newborn, right? The baby should sleep until either midnight or 1. The next person takes that shift. They wake up at 1. They make the bottle. Baby Brizza is your best friend. No, this is not a paid advertisement. This is me as a mom. Baby Brizza is the truth. Anyway, 1 o'clock, that person makes the bottle. They feed the baby. They don't turn on the light. Do not turn on the light when you're doing these things. Make sure that you have a night light in the room. And yes, I do have ADHD, so I'm going to be jumping around. Boom. That person wakes up at 1. They make the bottle. They feed the baby. They change the baby. They burp the baby. Boom. The baby lays back down. The baby's good until about, I'm going to say 4 or 5. The next person, so 9 o'clock, let's say mom. Mom did 9 o'clock. At 1, dad is waking up with the baby doing all the things. Now at 5, when the baby's a normal person again, because y'all know how nighttime, for some reason, babies turn into little gremlins, and but so at 5 o'clock, mom wakes up with the baby. She does all the things. Boom, 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 boom. If she's a smart mom, she will know, have blackout curtains in that room. Blackout curtains in the room with a nightlight with white noise. Blackout curtains, nightlight, white noise. My holy grail. Never failed me, okay? 5 a.m. The sun is still kind of down, but it's starting to rise, right? You're going to feed the baby, change the baby, put the baby back down. Do not engage with the baby. Do not talk to the baby. You're putting the baby back down. You are stepping out. You're taking a nap until, I'm going to say like 7, 8, okay? And now baby's up for the day. So mom had a protected stretch of sleep. Let's say that mom went to sleep at 10. So from 10 until 5, that's 7 hours. If dad is a good dad, a solid dad, and he wakes up at 1 o'clock with the baby to feed them and do all the things, it could be so simple. If your baby's not a freaking gremlin and has colic and all the things. But my point being, take turns. Be nice. It took 2 to tango to make the baby, so it should be 2 to tango to care for the baby. Next, we're going to talk about bed and room sharing. This is another thing that I am like completely against. I don't believe that after 2 weeks postpartum, the baby should even be in your room. Okay, and it's not only for you, it's also for the baby, because babies learn through routine and repetition, right? For the first 2 weeks, yes, you are paranoid. It's okay for the baby to be in the room, not the bed, in the room, in their own sleep device, whether that's a playpen, whatever, okay? The baby should not be in bed with you. If baby is in bed with you, not only are you putting the baby at risk, but you're forming unhealthy habits that it's going to bite you in your later. I've seen it a billion times, and every time I'm like, why did you even have the baby in the bed to begin with? I'm sorry now. Baby being in your bed, from what I've seen, means that you're not sleeping because you're so nervous about rolling over on the baby. You're so cautious with them. They're kicking and hitting you. Their foot is in your freaking neck. Like, why would you even do that to yourself? I'm not judging. I'm just don't do it. It's a trap, okay? And I've seen it happen so many times where a mom at first, they love it, okay? For whatever reason, whether that's that it's easier for them to breastfeed, whatever it may be, every time that I see it, it bites them in the ass. Because later on, when it's time to transfer that baby into their own room, or that toddler into their own room, they going through changes. They going through mental changes. They're so mad and you feel so guilty, but you're the one that put them there. Just don't do it. I promise you, it's easier to start putting them in their own room sooner, and they're just used to it, okay? How I did it, like I stated before, white noise, dark room, a little bit of a nightlight, blackout curtains. Easy peasy. Oh, and a bath every night. Now, for those moms that care about moisture of skin and how baths strip the natural oils, personally, I don't give a freak about that because my kids loved baths. I love to take a shower before I go to bed. I literally cannot sleep if I am not clean. And I feel like my baby probably feels that same way. They're all sweaty all day, got little crust in their neck. Now, they need to be at least wiped down every single day to feel refreshed before bed. Just do it. Just freaking do it. Really quick, before I close out, I just want to give one more tip because this helped me so much with my daughter. I used it up until she was 1, right? One day I was scrolling, and there was this mom, and she was Mexican. And yes, that is important because Hispanics have like the best home remedies. I don't know why. I don't make the rules, okay? And she was like, if your baby has not been sleeping, if they've been having problems sleeping, try to give them chamomile tea. When I tell y'all, it was like an explosion in my brain. I was like, holy moly donut shop. Why didn't I think of that? And literally, all she did was like steep the tea bag in the water. Boom. And she added the powdered milk. She shook it up. She gave it to the baby. The baby loved it. Right? So I was like, you know what? I have nothing to lose because I am, like I said, I believe in home remedies, especially when it comes to babies, because there's so many things that you can't even give babies. Like medicine, you're not supposed to give a baby medicine and whatever. So I tried it, and when I tell you that thing worked like magic, 10 out of 10. Recommend every time. I've never seen a mom follow my recommendation because they're scared, but it's okay. I would be scared too. It's my baby, you know, but it worked for me. It worked for that mom, and yeah, I would do it again. When I have another baby, I will be buying chamomile tea to have, and my baby will be having chamomile tea on nights that they're having problems sleeping. Yes, they will definitely be doing it. I just want to thank everybody that sat here and watched this entire video because you guys fuel my heart, okay? I want to help moms and partners that care, and you guys are literally gassing me up. Not in the sense of self-confidence, but more so feeding my passion. You're making me feel like what I'm doing actually matters, right? And you guys don't know how important that is, especially for a person that I have my own maternal issues, right? I'm not a perfect mom, but I feel like if I knew certain things when I was a new mom, it would have helped me so much through the process, and it would have been less of a trial and error and more of a, oh, this is all that I had to do this whole time. Okay, cool. I don't know why certain things are not spoken about at pediatrician offices or OBGYNs, and it just hurts moms, right? Because we typically have to figure out all of this by ourselves, and then people are looking at us, judging us, and it's like, well, I just didn't know. And I just want every mother to know you are not alone, right? What you're feeling, you're probably feeling like, oh, I'm a crazy person. I haven't slept in days. I haven't showered in days. I forgot to eat today. I don't know, all the things, right? And it's like, you're not a bad mom. The simple fact that you're even watching this video actually makes you an amazing mom. Not just because you're listening to me, because who even cares about me, right? The simple fact that you are conscious enough to know that you have an issue and you want to solve it, that makes you an amazing mom. And I just want every mother to know that. And I want to thank every partner that's out there watching this for even caring enough to sit through something that you don't necessarily understand, right? Probably half of the things that I'm talking about, you're like, I have no idea what she's even saying, but you're here to grasp the concept and be able to help your partner. And that is such a beautiful thing. That's why when I started this, I really wanted to focus on the partners, because as women, we can rant and go on all day about the things that we need, but when a partner comes in and just wants to get educated themselves so that their wife, the mother of their child, can sit back and just let go, I think that's such a beautiful thing. I want everybody to have a beautiful day, a beautiful night. If you're watching this in the middle of the night, I promise you will sleep again. Okay? I promise you will sleep again. You just have to form these habits, stick to a routine. Don't be rigid, right? Don't only do the freaking routine, because that can also drive you crazy. But just try to hang in there, okay? Keep on pushing. Ask for help. If you or anyone that you know wants to hurt themselves or their baby, call 911. They're not automatically just going to take away your baby and just, no. They're going to try to help you before even that. Because we want moms to be with their babies, and babies want to be with their moms. I hope that everybody has a beautiful day once again, and thank you for watching.